Welcome to the show, everyone. Welcome to November. Welcome to holiday giving time. My first guests have been on with me several times, and I absolutely love them. I have with me Sheila Rose, and she also has her husband with her, Louis Rose, and they are the owners of Cruise Planners. I have to welcome you back. I know you got a little sick.
It
Thank
is
you so much.
good to be back. It
I
feels
am
great.
so glad that you're here too, because I want to talk about cruising,
Okay.
but I really want to talk to you about one thing before you get going. Because Cruise Planners, number one, you just said recently that they got an award. You want to tell everybody about that?
Yes, we won a national award. We came in number 3 out of 3,000 franchises in the country. So it wasn't just cruises, it was sign companies, it was any kind of franchise out there.
Wow.
And there were over 3,000 people, and Cruise Planners was named, the entire franchise was named number 3 in the country. So we're really happy about that. We're really proud of that.
That is
And to
really
be a part of
exciting.
it.
And what I really want to talk about too, Cruise Planners. Now, they're number 3, and I get it. I'd like to talk to the president of that company, because
Oh, she's great.
you know, you do not just cruises, and that's
Right.
what I want to talk about for just a minute before we get going, because listen up, everyone, there is so much fun to do, whether you're on a cruise, which they love to do, but anything. You can do any kind of travel for anyone. Go ahead.
Yeah, we can do any kind of travel for anyone, whether it's an all-inclusive vacation, a land and sea vacation, just a plain old vacation. We can do walking, hiking, biking, you name it, we can do it.
They can do it.
All-inclusive resorts, which are wonderful. I mean, you're treated like royalty on these things, and they are just fantastic with all kinds of activities, and you're by the ocean most of the time. So it's just really wonderful, the all-inclusive resorts.
So a lot of people think that right now it would be for next year, but you've
Correct.
got some exciting news that you want to talk about.
I do, right now, because it's coming to the end of the year, there are 2 things happening. Number 1, you can actually get some great sales. There's a few cabins left in certain cruises where you can get a fantastic price. So that's very important to know, because some people still, do last minute. Then also, if you're going in 2005 or 2006, since some of these sailings are brand new, you can get some holiday deals on these sailings. We also opened up for 2007.
So they're really raring to go for
Right.
the next few years.
And you know what? Louis will tell you, I just got off a cruise about a week
No
ago.
wonder you're in such a great mood. You needed a trip.
Well, it was a short trip. I went to our convention, and I learned a lot, because you're always learning, you never stop. And I was on the inaugural cruise of a brand new ship, so it was a very large ship. And I have to tell you, for those of you who think you might get seasick, these new ships are built so well that you really have to have some high waves in order of some really bad weather. I mean, hurricane, what was his name? Started with an M. The hurricane that just hit Florida, the bad one.
Okay.
Might have been Melvin, I'm not sure. But the hurricane was there, and I did not feel anything.
Oh, that's awesome. So when that's where you go. You go to you jump on a cruise.
Right.
So you're okay.
Well, the smaller ships might, rock a little. This ship didn't rock at all. Once the hurricane, the major part, moved out, but the waters were still a little rocky. We didn't feel a thing. They're stable. Is that right, Louis? They're stabilizers?
Well, technically what it is, they're computerized stabilizers, just like the United States Navy has.
Wow. So, but here's what I want you to know about them. So you can tell when you're listening how fun and exciting and happy you guys are, because you got the job of your life. You book people's fun trips, any kind of trip, even business trips you can do as well. And what I want you to know about them is that people that work with them have learned now that they will never do this on their own again. Because, number one, is because they can get you deals, they know things you don't know. They know what Google doesn't know, you know?
We try.
I mean, it's amazing. And so people that have gone up and tried to do it on their own, they now never will with them, because you know what? The service, the deals, the way that you take care of your clients is unbelievable.
And every Monday, I get a list of savings for you, besides what the, what the cruise line or the all-inclusive or whatever they are. Every Monday, we get a nice long list of specials. Not only that, our company, because they are so highly rated and so highly loved by every vendor there is, no matter if it's an all-inclusive, a hotel, a cruise, whatever it is, they give us specials that even the cruise lines might not know about it.
Wow.
We have to tell them. So, and we book a lot of groups, whether it's our personal groups or our company groups. But don't forget, if you want to have a convention or a family reunion or a big birthday bash, depending on your age, it's 25, 30, it's every 5 years.
Yeah.
You can have that big birthday bash.
Yeah, oh my
It's
God,
the
it's so
vibes.
much fun to do. My parents did it. They did a bash for, instead of having a party, they took the family on a cruise. This was years and years and years ago. It's a fun thing to do, and believe me, it's even much better than any party you could ever give. I mean, it's fun to do, but it is, the whole family just has a blast.
And speaking about family trips,
Okay,
we do a lot of families, especially during the holidays and when school is out. We also do a lot of families in the summertime. Grandparents take their grandkids, which is wonderful and
What a
very
nice thing.
rewarding. Parents take their whole families. So it is wonderful.
so let me just tell you, they got a lot of stuff that they offer, because number one, they got sales galore, especially this time of the
Yep.
year. Holiday gift giving, how about giving the gift of a cruise or any kind of trip that you wanna go on?
Well, exactly. It's a wonderful opportunity and experience, and you remember it for years gone by. You can always have to tell people who, for instance, Carol just said she remembers a trip from many, many years ago.
Oh,
It
you
sticks
never
in your
forget
mind.
it.
When you go with your family and you're cruising and everybody's having a wonderful time, it's something that you're really, as the recipient of the gift, you're grateful for, and as the giver of the gift, there's a lot of satisfaction. So if you're thinking of anything along those lines, or if you haven't made up your mind about Christmas presents and New Year's presents and all those sorts of things, a wonderful gift would be to send someone on a cruise or take them all yourself.
And guess what? Right now, there's some great, great, great sales going on. So it's the time to call them now and jump on this before the end of the year. Again, that phone number to call them, it's 480-297-4964. And this is a free service to you folks, so it really just makes sense. Sometimes certain things really just make sense, and this is just one of them. And again, that phone number is 480-297-4964. Their website is travelhelp4u.com, and I'm just gonna say it because we're gonna do it no matter what now. They're gonna get a $100 gift certificate that everyone that calls them, tell them that you heard it on Networking Arizona, so not only could you get a sale, but they're gonna give you a $100 gift certificate towards any travel that you choose to do with them. It's 480-297-4964. Hang tight, we'll be back in just a minute. We're keeping on going in here because
Okay.
we are live on the show right now. Not on air, but on Facebook.
All right,
Okay.
well, we'll get out of the air. I want to go with what Louis was saying because the memory came back to me.
Okay, what was that?
About a present that I gave him, a
Okay.
trip that I gave him as a gift a few years ago.
Okay.
And,
And I'm gonna tell about a gift that you gave and said, well, you didn't get me anything on my birthday. And you held a grudge for 6 months.
still holding it.
I love,
And I'm going to talk about some, types of discounts they can get.
okay.
Are those headphones any better now?
Yeah, they're a little on the loud side, but that's okay.
You can get like anywhere from a 5% discount now to a 70% discount now,
Wow.
depending. Boy, that went fast.
They always
Should we
do.
say something that along the lines of there's more ships leaving from the west coast than ever before?
I can't hear you.
We'll take those off your head.
Oh, okay. What'd you say?
That there's more ships
Than ever.
Than ever, leaving from the West Coast, which are much easier accessibility. And they go both ways, north and south from us. They go south and they go the Mexican Riviera, north all the way up through to Alaska. And
Got it.
you
And
can
the
take a
world
ship from,
cruise.
And the what?
World cruises. But there are world cruises that will go, they don't go all the way around the world. There are world cruises you go down to Hong. There are world cruises you go on the beach, go pole to pole, all the way to the world. There's so many new hotels going on now on cruise.
Okay, we got a lot to talk
There are
about.
a ton of new ships going into the water this year next. Port Canaveral just opened up.
Wow.
Port Galveston is new and they're adding another docking station.
And your favorite still is all-inclusive? Or are you leaning towards the ship that you went on?
I'm still, well, when you go on a trip, no matter what, we like you to do, whether it's a cruise or a hotel or a resort, we like you to do the all-inclusive, because then you can go without any worries about how much money should I take,
I agree.
what should I do?
I don't know why people don't, right?
I don't know why
Talking
people don't.
all-inclusive, you mean all-inclusive like drink packages?
Drinks, gratuities, Wi-Fi.
It's just so nice because instead of getting off the trip, instead of getting off the cruise and owing the cruise company $412,
Right.
you already prepaid it.
It's all done.
It's unlimited. You don't have to be tipping constantly. You don't have to be doing this and
Right.
doing that.
Right.
So at the end of the day, it's either break even or you're ahead of it. And it's just so nice to just have a server come by and bring you a couple of cocktails.
Sure.
And that's the end of it. It's
Got
already
it.
paid.
And how to treat it on the trips, if it was on.
So welcome back, everyone. We've been talking a little bit to Facebook land out there during the break, and first thing is that I guess Louis had jogged your memory about something you did, a gift that you gave him. Let's talk about that.
Well, we were much younger, and I decided that we lived in Michigan at that time, so we needed to go on a real ski trip, on a real mountain instead of bumps, as we called them. So I bought a trip out west for a surprise for him. And you know how you were talking about how memories, this was years and years and years ago. And I can picture it right now of when we were out there and the snow and how beautiful it was.
Right.
And what a good time and how shocked he was that I bought him a trip.
But you know what? It's such a great thing to do. The whole family gets involved and gets excited, and they have a blast. They really, really do. All sorts of any kind of trip. I want to keep on saying that over and over and over again. We do talk about the fact that they own Cruise Planners. That's the franchise that they own. But they can do any kind of trip that you're going on, anywhere, land or sea.
Right, and we call it memory making. It's making memories.
Making memories, and I love that. Now, I want to talk a little bit about a couple of things. The first thing that I want to talk about is this, which I think is, you said more and more ships are, now that they're leaving, they're getting on the West Coast, making it a little bit more easier for people to access to.
Absolutely. There's more cruises leaving from the West Coast now than ever before. And they're going both ways up and down the coast. You can take a trip out of San Diego, for instance, and go all the way to Alaska. Or you can go the other way and go through the Mexican Riviera and stop in Cancun and Puerto Vallarta
Nice.
and get off the ship. And one of the nice things about it is you don't have to go all the way to the East Coast, because they leave from San Diego, they leave from Long Beach, they leave from Los Angeles, they leave from San Francisco, and they go all over. And some of them are like we're doing ourselves. As a matter of fact, they're an easy drive. We're leaving from San Diego in January, and instead of worrying about a flight in the wintertime, we're going to just drive to San Diego. It's
So,
4.5 hours.
and it's more affordable too.
Absolutely.
And just as easy, because you get there about the same time now. I do want to also talk about discounts. Discounts right now, everybody listen up. This is the time for you to call them. It is a free service to you, and get not only the discounts that you know, you might be thinking of, but they can find you more. And that's what's neat about them. They get some information that you would never, ever, ever, ever heard of. And guess what? There's some really super great discounts right now.
Right, you can get a discount depending on the trip that you pick. Like I said, I get new discounts every Monday, but right now they're between the lower prices and how they discount and everything. The pricing is so phenomenal. I mean, you could get anywhere from 5% to about 50 or 60%.
That's awesome.
And like here's one for Alaska, 64% off of 7 nights on the Radiance of the Sea. And again, remember that if you're going to certain places, you don't always have to go for Florida because some new ports have opened up. So they're not out of Miami, they're not out of Fort Lauderdale, they're out of Port Kennedy is new. Galveston is pretty new and they're adding another dock there, and the Celebrity is rebuilding their whole port in one, and there's another new port, but I don't remember.
That's okay. I want to talk about veterans for a minute.
Oh,
because
okay.
Guess what? You also get some specials as well.
Yes, there's, many of the cruises and many of the lines will offer a veteran's discount that goes right on top of the whole thing. It has nothing to do with anything other than the fact that you're a veteran and you can verify it. They will give you a percentage off the trip, just as.
Just because you're a veteran.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, again, their phone number to call is 480-297-4964. This is a free service to you. It makes sense. Don't try and do it on your own. You don't have to. You just don't have to. And you will find that you'll love working with them, number one, but also that they're gonna get you deals that you will never find on your own. Again, that number is 480-297-4964. Right now till the end of the year, I'm sure,
Right.
that there are these specials. And holiday gift giving. Give the gift of a memory that you will never forget. And that is an awesome thing to do. You can check out their website, which is travelhelp4u.com, or call them, please. You're gonna love that you did. It's 480-297-4964. Now, I know that you try and help your people, guide them into more all-inclusive types of things. Why?
Well, when you travel, a lot of people don't want to take a lot of money with them because you just never know what's going to happen to the money. Whether you gamble, I mean, some of these places have gambling.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the places,
It doesn't matter. When
I
you
don't
go on
like
a trip,
carrying-
You're gonna spend a little money.
we're going to spend money, but I don't like carrying a lot of money
Right.
onto a ship. Then I have to put it in the safe, then I have to take it in and out, and I have to give tips, I have to figure out how much to give a tip. There's all different things you use money, whether I'm shopping on the ship, which I love to do, love to gamble on the ship, so there's many different things. But if I've already paid for my beverages, and that's every beverage, alcohol, coffee, tea,
Soft drinks.
pop, which you people here call soda, and tips. So it's you don't want to start figuring out and having to pay up when you leave.
Mhm.
When you walk off the ship and you owe nothing and you didn't pull out a credit card,
Right.
it's
It's a better
fantastic.
memory.
It's relaxing. It's
Yeah.
relaxing. I mean, like I said, I was
Right.
just on a cruise.
Right.
I walked off the ship. My bags were a little bit fuller, but I walked off the ship without owing anybody anything, and I didn't have to take a lot of money with me.
And now I want to talk a little bit about world cruises.
Oh, we love world cruises. And Carol, there are world cruises that actually go around the world, and they take quite a bit of time, but there are actually cruises that go 55 days, 25 days. They go from pole to pole. They go all around. I mean, you can start in San Diego, go all the way around from the Pacific Ocean towards the Atlantic Ocean, back up. It's just amazing, and people are buying them like hotcakes.
Wow. But why is that people are, because, you're thinking about the economy and all of that. In certain places, the restaurants, they're spending money
Right.
and on trips.
Yeah, people you
They
know,
wanna have fun, they're sick and tired of not having fun.
I keep
I think
hearing
that's
how
what it
bad
is.
the economy is, but the economy is wonderful because people are traveling again and people are buying and purchasing when they travel things. So when you travel, so we have found that people are spending more money. And COVID is over and you don't have to worry about it on the ships. I mean, I got on and off and I flew to Florida to get on the ship and I flew back. I'm healthier than I've been all year.
And the other thing is that there's such great deals. I want you to finish with really simple, go ahead, do you wanna say something?
Well, from the last few years, ever since COVID has been like officially over, they're breaking records.
Of
They're
people
breaking-
traveling.
Of people traveling. The
Right.
ships are full, and
Because
that's why
people
we're
wanna
booking
have
out 3 years
fun,
away.
they wanna be with people, they wanna have a good time.
I
Absolutely.
think there's something like 17 new ships, which is a lot for ships, because we're not talking about, small vessels.
Potatoes.
But we're talking about 17 new ships that are getting ready to hit the water in the next 2 to 3 years. that are
There's a
under
reason for it,
construction.
there's a good reason
There's a
for it.
need.
There's a lot of people, and right now, there's some fabulous, fabulous, fabulous deals that they can get you. And they're the ones that are gonna be able to help you get those deals, nobody else will. So, and it's a free service to you, and right now, make those calls now, so you can maybe jump on a cruise right now, or whatever that's going on that you wanna do.
Absolutely, and don't forget, even if you don't wanna go on a cruise right now, and I don't necessarily have a sale, I will find you, Lewiston and I will find you a cruise within your price range. We will do all the research.
They're also giving you a $100 gift card towards your vacation, whatever it is, for calling them. Their number is 480-297-4964. I gotta talk about this really quickly. My daughter's getting married in it's not for till the end of the next year, right? But one of the things I said is, you know what, if they don't go on a cruise or do any kind of a honeymoon, they never will. And I said, let's put something together. What a fun thing to give to the kids, or if you're a grandparent or whatever, give the gift of memories.
Right.
I think that's
And a honeymoon's important, and you know what, Carol? I brought all the stuff for you today.
Well, we're gonna look at it.
So we're gonna look at it when we're done here.
Yeah, absolutely, and you know what we're gonna do is we're gonna put a little fun together. They're all
Yeah.
doing that now, and it seems to be that they make it so easy.
And it's a short cruise. You don't have to go on a long cruise.
Right,
There are cruises out of California, 3 days, 4 nights, 5 nights.
perfect for a little honeymoon trip. So again, this service is free, and everyone that works with them, I should say it that way, all say the same thing. I will never, ever, ever do this on my own again because they were so great to work with. Their phone number is 480-297-4964. It's travel help, the number 4, the letter U.com.